Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to the AndersonHouseHotel.com. Greg Bakun here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are. But now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis's haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, clearing skies with a low of 57, then Friday, sunshine with a high of 80. There's something for everybody at Cafe Latte in St. Paul, from award-winning soup, salad, sandwiches, and desserts to treats from the bakery made fresh daily and a pizza and wine bar. Cafe Latte is located on the corner of Grand Avenue and Victoria Street. Check them out at cafelatte.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Tonight we're going to kind of keep it a little bit lighter because we've been doing these little one-off specials that we're calling Paranormal Festivus, which was coined by Adam. And basically what this is we bring on folks and we kind of talk about areas that they are involved with in the paranormal and what some of the stuff that might be kind of annoying to them that people might be doing, or if they manage different locations and stuff, what that's all about. And, you know, the thing is that it's, you know, we're going to talk about some stuff that's kind of annoying, but it's also meant to be a little bit more on the lighter side as well, because I think a lot of people who are in this field and put on events and put on events at locations, what we're going to be talking about, you're probably going to be like, oh yeah, no, I've been through that as well. And so we're going to get started. And tonight I'm very happy. You know, we joke around a lot, but a true friend of mine out in Kentucky, Ernie Pack, is joining me tonight, and we're gonna be kind of talking about all sorts of different things. And we're gonna invite you all into the conversation as well. If you want to leave a comment or something, or if we're talking about something and you want to add to it, you're more than welcome to. And Ernie, I have to say, Denise has started already. She's already in the comments, and Ernie's wife, Denise, and it's yeah, that's good. We're starting off with it right away, aren't we?
Yeah. She's already being good, as she says, which we know that's probably not going to last.
Not going to last. Now, I do need to start with some very, very sad news earlier this week. Ernie, you and Denise have lost your beautiful little Red. your dog. And I just wanted to say how sorry I am to hear that and see that. And I had the pleasure of meeting Red a few years back during his flatulent era, and what a lovely little guy. Just
he was everybody's friend. You know, he never met a stranger, really. I mean, he would go right up to anybody and just love on them. I mean, he was the best dog I've ever had. You know, I've had several dogs over the years, and I've known several dogs. Friends of mine have had great dogs and everything, but I mean, I know I'm biased, but I mean, that dog was he was great. That's all I can say.
And it's really tough. It's really tough when you lose such a wonderful such a friend, and getting to, as Denise put in her post about it, how what's the new norm is, and it's tough. You know, I've gone through that a few times myself, and you have those moments of, you know, looking at their bed and their bed is empty, or where they just hang out with you. So it's tough, but I'm just so happy that you know, I had the chance to meet him. And you know, the kind of in the Paranormal Festivus thing, I do want to kind of start though, because you sent me this beautiful picture that I forgot was taken of Red putting his head on my shoulder at your house, at the Ditto house. And it was such a wonderful picture. And I thought, because I saw other people like Beth posting pictures of her and Ren, I thought, you know, well, since you gave it to me, I'm going to post it. Yeah. And everybody was starting to go, Greg, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry that you know, and it's just going on. And it's like, oh, he looks like he was you know, good pet to you and everything. And so I edited it to say, just a note that this is not my dog, but you know, I got to meet him, and this is Denise and Ernie Pack's dog, actually, Red, who just passed away. And it was still coming through. It's still like, he's the best. You know, he looks like, you guys look like you really bonded and all that stuff. And I'm so sorry for your loss, which I am sorry for. Right, but at the same time, it's like, folks, you know, I've never like I'm gonna post a picture of a dog that passed in my life that like I owned, but I never posted a picture about him before in my life.
Right.
It's kind of like, well, that's no. I mean, it's like, oh, by the way, I guess you had a dog. So
yeah. Oh, you did have a dog. Oh.
You did have it. So, and what I'm looking forward to, Ernie, is, and I was so like into my story, I almost called you Red, funny enough. I'm really looking forward to hearing about Red coming and visiting you and Denise at the Ditto house.
I'm sure he will. I mean, I'll be honest, the other night, it was like the night after we had to take him to the vet, you know, to have him euthanized. I could have sworn I heard his toenails, you know, and walking on the hardwood floors.
Yep.
I could have sworn I heard it. And Denise didn't hear it. I asked her, and she said she didn't hear it. But I mean, he was such a part of our lives. I'm sure he'll be around. It's just part of my belief in what the paranormal is all about, is that, you know, these are just meat suits that we're trapped in. And when we're free of them, we can be wherever we're happiest, wherever we want to be. And I think Red was pretty happy here, pretty happy on the back porch watching the boats go by. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's laying out there right now, to be honest.
I think you're right. And if it's anything about how my Linus is, you're going to have a great time coming up. Honestly, there's some really great moments that I've had. So I'm have no doubt that you're going to experience that. And please, if you think of it, please fill me in. I'd love to know. Denise says that I went outside twice this week to check on him out of habit. I know it's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Ernie. I love social media. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It really brings out the smart people in the world. And I found this post this morning. We're gonna get what kind of grinds my gears right now.
Okay.
This post this morning. You may know this person. I'm not going to say their name because and let me just say what this person says. I hope they got the treatment that they needed. Okay. I'm not making fun of if there is something really medically wrong with them, but here's the thing, right? Put down the phone for a second. Okay. Don't just sometimes you don't need to be on the phone. So I woke up this morning to a post on Facebook. I'm going to the hospital. I think I'm having a heart attack. And maybe you would do this, Ernie. I wouldn't. I don't think the first thing in my mind is I'm going to post to the world, that I'm having a heart attack.
No, I mean, if I think I'm having a heart attack, the last thing on my mind is, I got to make a post.
Exactly.
No, I need to call 911. I need medical attention, not Facebook attention.
And I'm wondering, and I've never had a heart attack, and I'm hoping I don't. I mean, I really don't want one. But I can't imagine that I'm gonna be in the kind of state of mind to be like, hold on, before I get into this ambulance, I got to make sure that
followers know.
And at that point, he had did I say he? That they had let's see, 33 comments. And it's like, if I'm having a heart attack, like I was reading through them.
How many of them were just the prayer hands?
There was a number one. One was make sure you take some aspirin. So, should I, if I have a heart attack and I've already, made sure I've done the posting that we need to do, does that mean that I need to read through all the comments because maybe the medical attention that I need is hidden somewhere and I don't need doctors at all?
Someone's going to have the answer in there. If not, just go to ChatGPT.
Even ChatGPT, though, I think would be like, what are you doing?
Getting to the emergency room right now.
Yeah, exactly. As your wife says, people have to announce everything in their lives and then get mad when you ask them about it or offer advice they don't want. It's so true.
Yes,
it is so true. And I don't know. I just it's kind of, remember, and I actually don't see it that much on Facebook anymore, but I used to see it quite a bit, where it'd be like a woman who's taking a picture and has leaned very close into the camera where you can see parts, in a very exaggerated sort of way. And she'd be like, do you like the eye color of my mascara? Yeah. And that's not what you want us to look at. That's not
what you were showing off there. That is not what you were showing off.
And it's just like, oh my gosh. And another one too, and I'm sorry, it gets me, is like people are like, will post a picture of themselves from like 3 years ago and they'll be like, oh, I don't look as pretty as I used to. And it's because they're waiting for the people to like, no, you're
they want validation, that someone to talk them up or whatever.
It's incredible. The games we play.
Yeah.
Games we play. Ernie, one more that I just ran across, and I just find it so great. There is a award that has just gone out for, I think, people in the metaphysical, and it's put on, part of the sponsor is, or part of it's put on by a metaphysical magazine. Okay.
All right.
They have a picture of we'll talk about this a little bit later. It's an AI kind of flyer.
Okay.
It has pictures of the winners on it. 3 of the people who have won this award, like there's different categories, is actually the person who owns the company who's putting on the awards.
Well, I've seen that before. Yeah, that happens. I don't know. I really don't I mean, I'll be honest with you. We have won an award in the paranormal before that we had asked not to be nominated for because we thought they were stupid.
And they are.
I don't see where I don't see where the competition is. I've never seen the paranormal as a competition. And that's a big part of what I was going to talk about tonight is that, you know, we've talked about it on here before. There might be a handful of people in the world who have actually made it in the paranormal to where they are financially sound because of their work in the paranormal.
Yeah.
Most of us are just doing this as a hobby, as fun, as an outlet. I know that we host events, you host events, but we don't make any money off of those events. The events that we host, we raise money for Fort Duffield, or we pay what it cost us to put on the event here at the house. And so, you know, any kind of competition within the paranormal or awards to me just seems, I don't know, it seems kind of useless.
You know, I forgot about and maybe it's a different award. I always see like the paranormal awards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you know, I don't know how you could have an award for something that you're only seeing. And this is, I think, the biggest problem with the paranormal community is that our lens is so small. You know, we are only seeing the people online, and those who are, you know, loudest are being seen, you know, and the ones who are dressing certain ways or have a certain like persona, they're the ones that are getting seen. Meanwhile, there are people, and you and Denise are going to be part of that, where you're just kind of doing your thing. And it's like, I don't care if I get nominated for anything. What does it even mean? I mean, it's
right.
If I know somebody who won a paranormal award, I actually probably stay away from them, to be honest, because I have no interest in having somebody be like, well, you know, I don't know if you know this, I won a paranormal award. I don't care.
Right. I mean, I've gone to Paracons and seen people with those kinds of things on their banners at their booth.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Okay. Yeah. I won't be stopping at that booth. I will not be buying that merch. I'm sorry.
No. And it kind of reminds me of like, there's a psychic medium whose name matches a month of the year. And she has a, you know, it's, you know, as seen on such and such show, even though, you know, and she's been riding that for years. Good for you. Do what you need to do. But that was, first of all, like 2 minutes in a show. And secondly, years ago, why can't people just go off the merits of their talent and their gifts if they want to try to, you know, get noticed?
Oh, I understand. There's a lot of that out there in the field. I mean, it is all over the place. I mean, and you know, like I said, it goes back to the social media thing that we talked about before. It's people just want some kind of validation. I mean, it's great to be recognized. You know, like Denise says, we were on the cover of a paranormal magazine. We paid extra to be on the cover. We were nominated for it. We had to be nominated for it, but then we had to pay for it. And we were doing that as advertisement for Fort Duffield, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, we were doing that to promote our events that we do at the fort, which raise money for the fort. They don't put any money in our pocket. Actually, we always spend more money on those, give more money to the fort on those events than what we actually bring in.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. I just don't understand all the self-promotion that goes into it, because really at the end of the day, you're not going to get anything out of all that self-promotion and vanity.
I think we move further away from being about the paranormal and more about a clique, in my opinion.
It's very cliquish, and it's about entertainment more than finding answers to what happens after we pass.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, the paranormal has always been about history and finding answers to things like that. What got me into the paranormal was I was a history buff. I've always been interested in cryptids and ghosts and UFOs and all those things. But what really got me deeper into the paranormal was researching history of places. And then you find that those stories, those ghost stories, come out of that a lot of times. That's another thing I wanted to talk about later, though.
Absolutely.
Just because a place is historic doesn't mean it's haunted.
Absolutely. So why don't we do that? Why don't we take a break here? When we come back, let's talk about some of the places. I want to talk about Duffield. I want to talk about what you have going on there as well, all that good stuff. And if anyone has any questions or want to add something to it, you're more than welcome to do so. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Moonstone Minneapolis is a queer-owned, community-focused gift shop in South Minneapolis centered on curiosity, connection, and self-discovery. Explore astrology, tarot, crystals, herbs, mindfulness, and spiritual practices in a welcoming environment for all backgrounds and experience levels. Located at 3304 East Lake Street in Minneapolis, Moonstone Minneapolis also hosts makers markets, classes, and community events. Learn more at moonstonempls.com and discover a welcoming place to explore with curiosity and respect. Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakun here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. Looking for something different for family fun, a night out with friends, or your next team-building event? Try the escape rooms at Lilliput. Step into the haunted mansion, race to find a cure in the bunker, or survive Night of the Wolf, all with just 60 minutes to escape. It's private, immersive, and perfect for groups of all kinds. Book your adventure now, spots fill fast. Visit lilliput.net and see if your team has what it takes to escape. And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. I spent the entirety of this last break trying to figure out how to share this video to my own page, because for some reason StreamYard's not taking the page tonight. So my own profile, I can't get it to. And it's so frustrating because it's like I know how to use Facebook, but no matter what I'm trying to do here, I cannot. It shows me where to share, and I click, and it just tells me that Denise has shared it out 7 times. It's all it does, and I can't figure out how to share this video. So anyone who's normally listening and going through my own profile on Facebook and can't find it, I do apologize. I'll make sure that people can get to it later. So Ernie, I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe I'm too old for Facebook now. Maybe I just don't know how to use it.
I feel that way a lot of times. I mean, it seems like they change it constantly. I mean, the algorithms constantly change. I hardly ever see my friends on Facebook anymore. I see influencers that it's suggesting I follow and things like that. It's just hard to see what you want on there, and then it gets harder to navigate every time they do an update.
It's weird, and maybe this episode is kind of turning into grumpy old men, but it's just kind of. I just don't know. I don't understand why this is so hard tonight, but whatever. I mean, it's okay. It's only you on the show, so it's not like, no.
Right. Yeah. It's not like you got a good guest. I mean,
yeah, well,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So, okay. First of all, just real fast for those who are interested, tomorrow, join Char Savoy and I over at the Pillsbury Club. We're doing a paranormal investigation. We do this twice a month, and you got to come out. It's a mansion, so every single time it's a different investigation. It's a lot of fun, very old, great activity. So check that out. Go to minneapolistrolleytours.com and get information on where to buy tickets. Now, Ernie, I want to talk about Fort Duffield, and folks can go over on Facebook to Hauntings of Fort Duffield to kind of see everything that is going on over there. I have that correct, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And we have it. Everything that we do there, we share on our Packman Paranormal page as well, and on our personal pages. But Hauntings of Fort Duffield is the group where we post most of the things that we do there. Go ahead.
What do you have coming up? What do you have coming up? Yeah.
Well, July 11th, we have our next Spirits, Squatches, and Stories Around the Campfire event. We've got Night Song Paranormal. Vernon over in the chat, he's part of Night Song. We're going to have the whole team. The whole Night Song team is going to be there helping us out.
Nice.
And the one and only Squatch man, Greg Yost.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
So, yeah, those are good events. I mean, we have a cookout. We sit around the campfire. We tell stories. We tell ghost stories. We tell Bigfoot stories. And then you've got this haunted Civil War fort that also has Bigfoot activity, as you well know. It's got UFO activity. It's got a little bit of everything up there. And old grounds you can check out. And
the Civil War fort is an earthen fort.
Yes.
Which is really, really unique. And what I thought was really interesting about it as well is that, because of time itself, the fort, even though there's parts of it where the walls are still very tall, it used to be a lot taller, didn't it?
Yeah. The walls were originally, I think, around 19 feet tall and 9 feet wide at the top. And the interior part of the wall was braced with wooden planks to keep the earth from settling in. Well, of course, over time, those wooden planks have rotted away and the earth has settled in. So the walls aren't quite as tall now. I'll tell you something that you might not know, though. We have rebuilt the cabins up there, and we've added a couple more structures up there.
That's cool.
And this weekend, we're having a work day to restore the replica wall that's down at the bottom of the hill by the big gazebo. So we got a lot going on up there. Go ahead.
I was just going to say real fast, and I think that's super important to highlight, is the fact that, it's not just you all going out there, once a week and putting on campfires and trying to find Bigfoot. You're restoring this location. You and Denise and undoubtedly others, I'm sure, that are, you're figuring out how to respect the location as well. And I think that needs to be it needs to be said more, actually.
Yeah. I am co-chair of the board of the volunteer group called Friends of Fort Duffield.
Mm-hmm.
So I help make the decisions on what work is going to be done up there. And then, of course, our paranormal events are one of the largest fundraisers that we have to fund those projects that we have going on. So we're kind of proud of that.
You should be, and congratulations, honestly, because and I'm not trying to be overly you're the last person I ever want to give praise to. I know you know this, but the fact is, without you and Denise, who knows where that place would be right now. And it's these are important places historically, as well as just as good places. And you guys are butted right up to Fort Knox, right?
Yes. Yeah. It actually, Fort Duffield used to be part of Fort Knox. So when Fort Knox gave that piece of property back to the city of West Point, 3 sides of Fort Duffield are bordered by Fort Knox property.
Wow.
And, the rest of it is just West Point, the town. But it's a really, really cool, unique location. It's up on top of the hill, beautiful views from up there. We got great hiking trails, mountain biking, some of the best mountain biking in this part of the country. And we're constantly working on the trails and everything else too. So yeah, it's a good place.
Good place. A lot of manual labor, it sounds like, as well.
Yeah. I can't take much credit for that because most of the work days happen on Sundays, and I work my real job on Sundays, and I can't participate on Sundays very often, but I have been able to make it up there several times, and I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the place.
I bet you have. I bet that a lot of people have, and that's
yes.
That's fantastic. Let's see. Denise says that Greg and Char need to get back here to the house and the fort, and then she says, "Tell Greg about Taps, and it better not be the ghost hunting people."
It's not that Taps.
Okay, that's good.
We had a group at Fort Duffield for a private outing, and we were all over at the fire pit where we do our events. And you're familiar with the layout there.
Yep.
The memorial cemetery and the mass grave are on a different hilltop, probably a half mile away from where the fire pit is. And we were there at the fire pit, and all of us clearly heard, and we got it recorded, Taps started playing on a bugle from over at the memorial cemetery. And we had the gates locked. There was no one there but us. Nobody had a bugle. Nobody had a speaker or anything like that. And we got that recorded. And it was pretty awesome.
That is really awesome. How many acres is Fort Duffield?
Off the top of my head, I'm going to throw you a ballpark because it's with Fort Knox kind of weaving in and out. I think it's around 140 acres that is technically the park.
Is a lot of that overgrown with trees and forestry, or is it?
Yeah, most of it is forest, and it's. It's got some rough areas in there. I mean, there's cliffs, there's hillsides, there's a creek. It's just a unique piece of property. That's all I can say.
It's really, really beautiful. And then West Point itself, which leads out into, is is another wonderfully historic area of land as well. It's just it's the whole area is really wonderful.
There's a lot of history in this town that folks just drive down the highway and don't swing off of the highway. They miss the whole town, and they miss all the history that is here.
And then sometimes people will sit on furniture owned by George Washington and just collapses.
Just break it. Just tear. Yeah, Char. She broke George Washington's chair in our parlor.
Such shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, I just threw it away. It was no big deal.
Hey, what's the point? I mean, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I can call him and say, "Hey, you got any more chairs?" No.
I mean, if anyone could, it probably could be you. To be honest, I mean,
we grew up together. Yeah.
No, I meant no, it wasn't an old.
I knew what you were getting at, Greg.
All right. Just know. I mean, you should take the compliments when you get them, and they don't come very often, and rightly so. Also, I want to say, because Denise said we should come out to the Ditto House sometime. You need to come with us out to the Swenson family farm in in Granite Falls, Minnesota, because that is another area of land that we are getting stuff like Sasquatch energy, alien energy, and and then we have spirits there that are highly intelligent and also very much communicating with us back and forth. It's something you guys gotta maybe someday. You won't, but someday maybe you'd.
Well, I mean, as soon as we get rich, we're going to do a lot of traveling, and I expect to get rich off this paranormal stuff any day.
Well, I was going to say, I guess I'll never see you again. And let me clarify something, because Joanne in the comments is like, "You're bad, Greg. Poor Shar." Let me give you a little bit more context to it. This is not a joke about anything other than the fact that the Packs buy extremely crappy furniture, and if you look at it, it falls apart. And so it's not about anything Shar did, but because you actually have a really historic piece of furniture in your house, we just started to pretend we just started saying everything.
We started giving everything a name. Yeah, that was Benjamin Franklin's desk. That was whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's not a slight on Shar in any way. What it is the fact that we were making fun because we were just like, there goes George Washington's chair. It made it 250 years, and here we are. It's just
made it 5 minutes with Shar.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, because they buy the furniture at garage sales that are even poorly stocked. That it's just
the stuff that doesn't sell in yard sales. We drive by and pick it up. We go around at night on garbage night and start picking up furniture for the house.
Well, and here's the thing, first of all, and during that weekend, it also happened to Denise as well. I just knew I'm not sitting on any of this stuff because I will obliterate it.
We'll just shatter into toothpicks.
Yeah, my self-esteem would be destroyed immediately. So no, I stayed on the couch, and other people wanted to sit on the couch, and I'm like, no, that's right. Denise, I don't think it was almost. You did break Mozart's rocking chair, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so I really felt like I needed to make sure people understand that we're not having to go at anything other than the fact that the furniture it was not very
terrible. No, we do have a lot of antiques in the house, a lot of historical items that do have a story to them, but with that comes the fact that they're a little fragile. they're old.
They are. And they haven't been well taken care of for decades. So
for centuries in some cases.
Centuries as well. Let's go ahead and do this so we don't linger too terribly long here. Let's go ahead and take another break. When we come back, let's talk about some of the stuff that Ernie wanted to address tonight that talked about here. If anyone has anything to put in the comments, please go ahead and do so. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com. Greg Bakun here. I've been talking for a while about how spooky, fun, and fascinating the Minneapolis trolley tours are, but now there's big news. The Candlelight Ghost Tours now begin at the historic Pillsbury Club, a beautifully restored haunted mansion once owned by Charles Pillsbury himself. Believe it or not, the interior is nearly 200 years older than the exterior. How is that possible? You'll have to come out and find out. Before or after your tour, stop by the on-site market featuring a curated collection of handmade goods, artisan crafts, and locally inspired treasures. Perfect for picking up a keepsake to remember your haunting adventure. You'll also find exclusive spooky merchandise from Tales of the Crypt and Elvira. Then, climb aboard the climate-controlled trolley as we travel through Minneapolis' haunted hotspots, uncovering ghost stories that locals would rather keep buried. The mansion is restored to perfection, and there is no better way to spend an evening. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets and more information. Moonstone Minneapolis is a queer-owned community-focused gift shop in South Minneapolis centered on curiosity, connection, and self-discovery. Explore astrology, tarot, crystals, herbs, mindfulness, and spiritual practices in a welcoming environment for all backgrounds and experience levels. Located at 3304 East Lake Street in Minneapolis, Moonstone Minneapolis also hosts makers markets, classes, and community events. Learn more at moonstoneMPLS.com and discover a welcoming place to explore with curiosity and respect. It's that time of year where the weather is getting nice and it's time to get out of the house for some family fun. Lily Putt is open for the season, and you know what that means. Lily Putt is known for its mini golf, go-karts, glow golf, jump pads, kiddie carts, gem mining, and even a new arcade. Lily Putt also has interactive and engaging escape rooms like the Haunted Mansion, the Bunker, or Night of the Wolf. Lily Putt is perfect for parties and group events. Stop by lilyputt.net for more information and hours of operation. Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursions to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We will be doing Casual Friday. As always, we would like to help you ease into the weekend, and hopefully you'll do that. Don't forget also, AM 950 is going to be at Golden Valley Pride Saturday from noon to 5, and we're going to be doing live programming from 1 to 4. Stop by our tent, say hello, get some candy, get some stickers, buttons, all sorts of great stuff. And then Monday, I'm going to be back. We are going to have on Richard Estep, author Richard Estep, as we're talking about one of his most recent books, all about monsters, which I really am looking forward to. I've been reading it. It's really good. We're going to talk to him about that. Speaking of monsters, I have Ernie Pack on the program. We're talking about all sorts of things, but you said, Ernie, that there was a couple things that you wanted to kind of get to tonight. We touched on a couple of them, but what should we talk about?
Yeah, since this is an airing of grievances, and you had mentioned when you were introducing the show earlier that people who run events have a special perspective on that kind of thing. One thing that aggravates the heck out of me is when we put out an ad for one of our events, we can put all of the information on there. This event is at this time, on this date, at this location, this is the price. Boom. Yep. There's all the information. And then the comments start coming in. Where's this at? How do I get tickets?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like read, people. Read. Read the whole. It's all there if you read it. But
I've had one for ghost stories, and that person's like, same thing. Where is it? How much is it? Whatever. And you go through all and it's one question at a time. And it's like, fine, whatever. And then they end it with, well, I can't go anyway. Right. So
right. All right. Yeah. Those people never buy tickets anyway. So why are you asking?
No, they never do. They literally never do. Or they'll be like, well, I can't do it this month. Hey, I'm not having to go at what people make. I mean, that, or how much their discretionary money is, that's up to them. But it is the whole thing of like, they want to know all about it, and you talk about it, and then they'll be like,
I can't afford that.
No. Or I would do like stuff online. I had Nick Ruff on an online only thing that you had to have a special link to get to see and take part in. And I had people emailing me later who didn't sign up and pay to get in. They're like, "Are you going to post that sometime?" Like, well, no, that was kind of the bit where you pay the money.
That's the whole point. There we go. Denise just chimed in right about the point that it hit me too. People that assume they can get to an event for free or get free merch because they're friends. And, I mean, this shirt right here, Ditto House Inn shirt, for $30.
Yeah.
It costs us money to make them, and I make them. And so it's my electricity in the house that's powering it, everything about it, it costs money. So when you're asking for stuff for free, like our events at the fort, we give the fort a minimum of $20 for every person that goes through the gate to the fort. Even when we're not having an event, when we take people up there as friends, we give the fort money for each person that goes through the gate.
Yep.
It's so, to say, "Oh, can I get a free ticket?" That means, do you want me to buy you a ticket is what that means.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, because that's what it comes down to, and they don't understand that.
Yeah. And that's another thing that irks me. I mean, we are, us, Greg. I mean, we are as easygoing and as giving as anybody that I know. I mean, we hold fundraisers for people when they're in need. We do what we can.
Yep.
We give out of our own pocket for people. But at the same time, that's people that don't ask for it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When people ask for it, it's a whole different thing. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
No. And I'm sure you've been also blessed with, because I know I have too, with a lot of friends who do support as well. They do exist. I'm and I think it's worth mentioning them, because there are the ones too that, we just have them for like the Pillsbury Club and Ghost Stories, that there's been certain people that have been coming every single time. And you're right about it. It's just like, wow, you're supporting what we do, and you're also getting, a chance to investigate a cool location. But yeah, to be like, I mean, and for those of you who have asked Denise and Ernie and have not received anything, this is where I have to say they have given me t-shirts before. Hats
and everything.
I've been kidded out.
We just load him up with a big swag bag,
Yeah, no kidding. There was no room for my luggage or something in there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, and another one, if I may say too, is I see people and they always say, "I would love to investigate with you. I think it would be great to go out on investigations with you," and then we do these events and just like they've never existed. They're gone. It's like, hey, we're doing this, and I'd actually reach out to people who said, "I'd love to investigate you." It's like, hey, we're doing this. And it's like, oh, we have to pay. It's like you just said, locations aren't free.
No, it costs money to walk through the door at those places.
And Denise is absolutely right. I did pay for those. The chunky bar, the donut that we never talk about.
Right.
I mean, those are scars. Adam, who you might have heard in such programs as this one. I know that you're happy, Ernie, that he's not on tonight.
Yes.
I thought this was a multi-million-dollar industry. We can't get comps. Sarcastic font. So yes. There you go. What else is on your mind? You're on a roll. I'm enjoying this.
Okay. People who investigate and call themselves investigators.
Yes.
That do not do any historical research. They're not investigating anything. They're going into a place and running equipment and waiting for something to light up or something to beep. That's not an investigation. Sorry. Do the historical research. Do the actual forensic research of a place. There's a lot more to being an investigator than going out and buying a K2 meter and an SLS camera or whatever you want to drag around to a haunted location with you.
Yeah.
Sorry. That aggravates the heck out of me.
No. unless you're, I mean, what are your thoughts on mediums though, like doing pre-research?
Oh, I understand that mediums don't want to be front loaded.
Yeah.
To a certain degree. Okay. Here's I think that a lot of mediums don't want to be front loaded because they want to put on a show. If that makes any sense at all. Now I understand, we have some good friends who are mediums. Char's one, and she doesn't like being front loaded. A lot of people don't like being front loaded for the right reasons, but there's others who want to come in and they say they're not being front loaded.
Yeah.
I know these people too, but they'll do their research when no one is looking.
Yeah.
And then they come in, oh no, I don't want to be front loaded. Don't give me the history or anything. And then it's like, oh, I sense what does the 9th Michigan have anything to do with this place? It's like, oh yeah, they happen to be, that was the unit that was occupying Fort Duffield. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
By the time people are done listening to our show tonight, they're gonna just be like, why does anyone even bother with the paranormal? Because it's so. And Tracy, who does a lot of work and events out at Tombstone, says that the amount of people who think they deserve a free investigation invite drives me nuts. I bet it does. Especially, you are doing a location that's high, she's doing a location that's highly desirable. You're doing a location that's highly desirable. It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
It is. Hey, Tracy, after the show, I'm going to text you. I need to get into a couple of places.
Get into Birdcage, right?
Birdcage, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'll be texting you. Yeah. Hook me up with a freebie.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's just like and even does. Don't worry. You come up to West Point. We'll take care of you. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Speaking of that, here's another one for me.
Yeah,
for you.
I love it.
You just rang a bell with something here. Celebrity paranormal celebrities who think that because of their name, they don't have to pay to go to locations.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I know where we're going with this one.
Well, you're not going to any of our locations, I'll tell you that.
No.
It doesn't work like that.
No,
I mean, but I know a location owner who was in contact with a very well-known person in the paranormal, and he was working out he was working out all the logistics of making the trip down there and everything. And then she said, okay, well, we just need to talk about the price. He said, oh, well, I don't pay to go to locations. I've got so many followers that the advertisement that you get from my videos and me talking about the place is payment enough. And no, it's not. The locations don't need the celebrities. The celebrities need the locations to put their content out.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know who you're talking about, but this person, I actually I couldn't get into a movie screening because he reserved a whole row for his family and friends. So I couldn't go see Ghostbusters. The ice one, the last one. So yeah, but I don't know who you're talking about at all. No,
it's not cool.
Not cool at all. You can call up his location that he now owns, and you could be like, hey, I don't pay to go to hotels, and I should get a room. I'm Ernie Pack of Packman Paranormal. So
right, yeah. I mean, come on, I've been on TV. I mean, I'm in magazines. I'm in books. Come on, I'm a very famous person. I've been on Greg Bakun's radio show, dude. Come on.
I managed Smokey the Bear. I just come on.
Exactly. Yeah, me and Smokey got beef.
We have about 2 minutes left. Not long at all. Anything else that you want to quickly get in?
Do
you want to talk about the AI posters?
Yes, let's do that real quick. Denise made a post a couple of weeks back that was just kind of cryptic, I guess, but it was to the point. I hope some of you never go miss. I hope if some of you ever go missing, they don't use your AI picture that you use on all your promos to put on the missing posters, because no one will ever find you. Every Paracon out there nowadays, most events, the people are advertising with AI pictures of themselves that look somewhat similar to them, but it looks like an actor portrayal of that person. And then some people take those actor portrayals or AI versions of themselves and put them out as their profile pictures, their regular promo pictures, everything. And that just aggravates the heck out of, I mean, I've said that like 5 times about different things that aggravate the heck out of me, because I'm trying to, stay within FCC regulations.
And they all look the same. I mean, everyone who does them, they all look the same layout, and it's just like there's no creativity anymore at all.
No, there's not. I mean, I used to spend a couple hours, with a free graphic arts program called GIMP.
Yeah.
Building ads and promos and all of that. And it was frustrating. Now you can just go, hey, ChatGPT, make me a promo for this event. Poof. And it's done.
So,
and it all looks exactly like everybody else's promo.
It does. Now, Ernie, we have to call it quits already. It's a fast hour, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Let's get you back. Let's do some more of this sometime, okay?
I'm game, man. You know me. Anytime you call, I come.
That you do. And really appreciate you doing that. And once again, our thoughts are with you and Denise with Red. And I appreciate you coming on. Folks, tomorrow we're doing Casual Friday. Everyone, have a good night.